Hello, this is the LEGO Creator Seaplane Adventures set. It's a 3-in-1, meaning there are 3 official options for how to build it. I'm going to show you all 3, starting with this. This is the smallest one, just a boat, and it uses the fewest pieces of the 3 options. It's a pretty nice boat because you actually build up a shaped hull, which is unusual these days. It's nice and smooth. It does not use a single piece preformed hull, and it looks like something that's fairly seaworthy in its shape. It's got a couple of porthole style windows approximated on the sides with the studs that are showing up with their undersides just exposed for us, just to give us a little bit of that shape. In the back, it looks like it has 3 water jets for propulsion, although you could also see those as exhaust outlets, but I choose to look at them as water jets. It's kind of what they look like to me. Plenty of marker lights all around this thing, up on the top, on the sides, all the way up to the front. And it does have a little bit of a cargo hold in the front. You see the hinged section can be opened up. And inside, there's a bunch of stuff stuffed in there right now. Look at that. Got a bottle, all-important coffee mug, a map, that's probably pretty important, and a helmet with a set of goggles. At the helm, the guy just sits there behind a printed console piece with a couple of dials. Off to one side is a throttle control lever, and up here above has a little brick-built bird companion. There's also a spare fish that can be brought on deck. The next larger and more complex build actually has the most detail of the 3. It's this island hut, which looks to be pretty self-sufficient for this guy. I don't know if he built all of it up himself from scratch, or if it's a combination of reclaimed items and a bit of a reclaimed old structure. You can see it's right along the beach. They have a brick-built small palm tree off to the side. This grill is one of the more useful and usable grill builds that LEGO has put into an official set, because it has a large grilling surface and it actually makes it very easy to place a fish or other thing on there. This is a control panel off to the side for his wind turbine. He's got his own generator set up there, so he has his own electricity. That's nice. You can spin up this blade a little bit. It doesn't spin all that well, but it does rotate. You can also turn the thing to make sure it's always facing into the wind. It does have a bit of a vane back there. Hey, the bird is still here as well. That's a bit of awning overhang. Maybe that's supposed to represent some fresh picked foliage there actually. And behind there is his little break area where he can have a drink. He's got a bottle and a cup. He also has a couple of tools over here. Like I said, he really seems self-sufficient. So this is good for him. His little tool rack off to the side. Up above is the bedroom, and I'll have to see the details of that from the other side, but on the very top of the structure is just a flag. The bedroom has within it a small kind of side table with a lamp off on the side of it, a large bed in the center. It's kind of open on the sides, but I'm assuming this is a tropical area, so it's always warm. And just a little bit of space up towards the front. I don't know what that window is supposed to represent. I think it is, again, a reclaimed item that he's just using for the looks. Down below, another break area. There's a table with a map there, and it looks like a gas-powered lantern. On the side is the ladder that allows him to get up to the second level, and he has in there a helmet with a pair of goggles. As can be expected, the thing doesn't look so great around the back, but it's not too bad. Not too many different colors, and they don't really clash back here on the camera unfriendly side. The main build is, of course, the seaplane, and it comes with just a little bit of terrain off to the side. Just a small sand-capped island with a bottle on it. There's the fish, there's the bird once again, and this time it gets 2 little brick-built palm trees, just a nice looking little thing off to the side, but I don't know what kind of scale it represents. If that's supposed to represent an island as viewed from an airplane that's actually flying, or if it's supposed to be really just that small. The plane is nicely designed, and it has a fuselage section that is mostly built the same way as the boat, which makes sense. It's a seaplane. It's going to have a hull lower section of the fuselage. So why not use those large parts? The wing is actually brick built on the side. So the leading edge of each of the winglets, the ends, that's the top basically of the build. And as you look around the trailing edge, the undersides of the studs, this is clipped on. There's a separate section. Basically there are 3 sections to the wing, 2 engines with some exhaust details on the outsides. You can spin up the propellers, although once again they don't spin all that well just because of their construction. And there's an interesting little quirk. It's kind of cool with the tail feathers on this one. Because of the way that they're attached, they use Technic pins and Technic bricks. You can actually rotate all this. Pretend that's your whole full moving elevator if you want. These tips actually turn as well, but they don't look so good. And also behind there is a different color, so when you move that out, you can kind of start to see that. There's a cargo bay back here. You can open that up. It has a little bit of space in it at the back, but mostly it's used with a little bit of hollow space just kind of sandwiched in there to hold on to the tools. So the pickaxe and then the shovel is also in there. It doesn't want to come out right now. Come on, there we go. So those 2 are kind of buried inside. You get access to the cockpit by opening the entire roof at the front, which hinges very nicely. Very smooth it is. There's the map, and the guy is wearing his helmet with the goggles on here. This has the coffee mug, space for it in there, single control stick, and the printed console piece again. There is only one minifigure in this set with the sand blue legs and the nice red plaid print for the shirt, very reusable. Has dark brown hair. There's print on the back of the torso, but they do allow you to reconfigure this one figure for different possibilities. So first of all, when he was in the plane, he had the helmet on with the goggles, and the goggles of course can be brought up, or you can bring them down in front of him. But he also has the alternate face on this head, where he's all scruffy like this. That could represent a different person, or it could represent the same person at a different time. There are definitely some stories that you can come up with for this set, multiple different stories for kind of the chronology of where we started and where each thing actually happened and when. You know, kind of see the progression of the guy. And I definitely invite you to come up with your own theories for how that would go with the plane, the boat, and the hut, kind of what the order of operations would be. But I personally am working on a theory that revolves around this bird and this fish and their adventures. Let me know how you think it should go, and also share which of these 3 builds is your personal favorite. I'm actually picking the hut, the island hut, as my personal favorite, just because of the level of detail and just how interesting and creative it is to me. Even though the seaplane obviously uses the most parts and kind of seems the most finished and perfected, I like this one, but let me know which you prefer. That's it for this review though. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see more reviews from me as well as custom builds, be sure to check back on my channel on a regular basis, because YouTube won't let you know about new videos always, even if you are subscribed. And sometimes they even unsubscribe people nowadays. It's weird. But I've always got more content on the way, so stay tuned, and I'll talk to you again soon.